the way the game opened, I mean, we get a great kick by Matt, kicks it out of the back of the end zone. They fumble on the first play. We recover and get the ball inside the 20 on our first drive, and 2 plays later we're up 7-0. 30 seconds into the game. Obviously, you want to start every game fast in all 3 phases, and that was a really fast start for us. And it was good to see us kind of build on that momentum in the first quarter. Obviously, to get up by 3 scores. I thought we flatlined a little bit in the second quarter. Obviously, they dug in a little bit and moved the ball a little bit more in that second quarter. And it was good to see us come out in the second half and be able to throw the ball around a little bit more and score some touchdowns that way. And it was interesting stat line to look and see that, after 7 kickoffs, they only had 1 return for 18 yards. Obviously the other 6, Matt's hanging into the end zone. And then obviously the field goal, I mean, we were, 3rd and long, we picked up 3 or 4 yards to get it to the 35 or 34 yard line, and then marched him out there, and he kicked it right through. So obviously, if you are in scoring range around the 35 yard line, you feel really good about the guy that's kicking the ball for you. And Justin Felder's, made a big contribution to our team. Really starting last year as a freshman. Due to injuries, him having to step into a more prominent role. He started a couple games for us last year, and he really stepped up in a big way. I think, to have 3 touchdowns in an entire game is an accomplishment. To have 3 in the first quarter is almost unheard of. Obviously, we were, putting ourselves in position to where we could run the ball in there. And, anytime our running back has a great game the way Justin did, I think he would be one of the first people to point out the offensive line. I mean, I thought they did a great job of reacting to some of the movement stuff that we were seeing out of the 3-3 stack look. Anton Stoneking has done a great job of just developing over the course of his short time here. I mean, didn't take a snap for us in the first 2 years. He had a great spring and really just developed all 5 weeks, all 15 practices. Stayed up here over the summer, did an amazing job in the weight room. I mean, he wasn't, a runner on film in high school. That's really something that he's developed athletically. I mean, he could always spin the football. But he does a great job of making the right reads, of being real poised and calm in the moment. There's a lot of things that happen on that long touchdown pass to Jamil that are noteworthy. First, great use of cadence by Anton to draw them off sides. It was a great job by our senior center, Frank Jerkovich, to snap the ball. Anton worked the middle of the field. Jamil made a great catch and an even better run after the catch, making 2 guys miss. And taking it to the end zone. To break a touchdown record, somebody with with the name of Nate Robitaille attached to it, I mean, that's pretty prolific. To break the yards receiving record, and obviously we've got some games left where I'm sure he'll be able to cement his name even more. I mean, he runs great routes, he catches everything, and what you got to see was some yards after the catch too, him creating on his own. So, I'm really, really happy for him and proud that his name is going to be in the record books because he deserves that. Yeah, defensively, I thought, with our game plan, we felt like our 3 guys up front could get home, and we didn't have to bring a ton of pressure. We were pretty effective when we did bring pressure, but I think a lot of the QB hurries and the sacks that we had, we're majority from our 3-down rush. So when you're rushing 3 and they're protecting with 5 or 6, you got to take your hats off to the guys up front. Nate Bresson had a monster game for us. He recovered 2 fumbles. He had a sack. I mean, I've never seen anybody with 7, QB hurries. And that's a really accurate stat line because when you watch the film, he was getting after the quarterback. Yeah. I think, obviously the bye week is landing kind of in a different time slot for us throughout the season than it has in the past. I think it's great because it is actually more in the middle of the true season, meaning from the time we get to the camp to our last regular season scheduled game, it's probably more in the middle than if we had played 5 games already like in years past. It's going to be a good time, 1, to get healthy, 2, to keep getting after it in the weight room, and from a practice standpoint, I mean, we're going to focus on us, and we've got some time to do that, so we're going to take advantage of that time internally, getting ourselves right physically, obviously getting ourselves right mentally, and we just want to be a better version of ourselves coming out of this bye week, healthier and more prepared for our next game.